What's happening, guys? Safety Liner C2 here. Question of the month. Let's go ahead and watch some video submissions. Let's read what you all typed out. Let's answer a question and make me edit this video, and then y'all can watch it and do it all again next month. So let's go ahead and start. All right, so the September question of the month has always been, what did your district get? And we got a few video submissions, so let's go ahead and start with Kingston Smith and see what he had to say. Alright, so Kingston didn't record any audio for this, so just take a look at the side of the screen. Basically, there are some new buses, some old buses. A few that stand out to me are the Bluebird SB Stevie. There's one from Chicago, one from Maryland. But I guess that is one of the benefits of being a contractor, is that you can buy around, you can buy used stuff. So that's really interesting. Alright, so like I said, there's a good little mix, some new stuff, some old stuff, so always interesting to see what contractors end up buying. So we'll go ahead and move on to the next one from Bus 26.
Hello, Nathan here, also known as Bus 26. So last year, my district got 6 new buses. Like what always happens, they always get their new buses delivered just a month or two after you ask this question. So these were delivered in around October or November of 2020. We got 219 through 221, which are 2022 ICCEs with wheelchair lifts, and then 236 through 238, which are 2021 CEs without wheelchair lifts. And then let's go see some photos of those guys. There we go. So here so this bus here, this is 236, one of the 2021s. As you can see, they are very short. They have small wheels. I'm not quite sure why my district always likes to order them like that, but they do. Behind it, 233 is a 2020 CE. And then over on the other side, in the other row, we have 219, one of the 2022 ICCEs. And then behind it, again, is 232, a 2020 CE. So we go here. Here's a side view of 236 and 233. As you can see, they're basically identical, but the district name got moved a little bit, and 236 has a number on the right side instead of a route changer for some reason. Normally my district gets route changers since the bus number and route number normally don't match. I mean, that is as of last year. Before last year, the route numbers and the bus numbers did match, but they decided to change it last year, so they no longer match. Now, moving on to public transit. If we go over here and look at the CPTTP wiki, we got 16 new 2021 New Flyer XD60s. Now, these buses were ordered to replace the 2005 D60 LFs, which are seen here. Unlike the school buses, which were simply ordered to expand their fleet, they were not ordered to replace any buses. Let's see a better look at those guys. I love these old buses, but I mean the 2021s are nice too. Then looking at some of my own photos of the 2021s, just a few different examples of those. Here's the backside. These are 60-foot buses with an articulated section in the middle. And they're diesel Cummins L9. The CEs also are diesel and use Cummins engines. And then I'm pretty sure we're also supposed to be getting more 40-foot buses this year. I'm guessing they'll be the same type as this bus. This is a 2017 in this photo. But if they are coming, they have not been delivered yet. And so, yeah, that is all I have for you. Thank you, and goodbye.
Alright, thank you, Nathan, for submitting. I guess I should maybe ask this question a little later in the year just to get everyone who gets their buses later, but obviously I can't this year. Probably won't remember next year. But anyways, the thing with the route changer being on that one bus and not on the other ones, That is a little odd. You know, why do some TDs want to do that? Blows my mind. And then with the new flyers, I just want to throw out there that the older style is my preferred style over the newer one. Again, I don't really know city buses that well, so take that with a grain of salt, but just wanted to throw that out there. And yeah. All right, and this last video comes from Steven. Let's see what he had to say.
Alright, so it's now time for the September 2021 question of the month, which is what did your district get? So normally we get our new buses in May. However, last December we actually got 2 new buses, but they ended up with several recalls with the brakes and the seatbelts, causing them to not see service during the 2021 school year. However, they are now in service, so here they are. Both are 2022 propane Visions, numbered 171 and 172. Both are spec'd just like the last two 2022s, except that they now have the new plastic warning lights while retaining the old grille. So these first 2 photos are when they were out of service and parked at the high school while they were paving at the bus garage. 171 here actually still had its sales tag in the door. However, I couldn't get a picture of it since it was in pencil and the price was not listed, which I would have loved to have known. And that tag in the window is just a district name. So here is 171 in service. 171 here replaced 120, a 2013 C2. Here is 172 in service. 172 here replaced 158, a 2018 Vision. 158 was then moved to 114's route, which is our 2010 ICFE running the Max Worst DT. 114 was then moved to 107's route, which was our last A3FE, a 2006 model that has since been retired. So those are 171 and 172. However, this September, on the 3rd day of school, we actually got 2 more buses. So again, they are both 2022 propane Visions, numbered 173 and 174. They are spec'd just like 171 and 172. However, they now have the new grille, which is silver, and the new V8 Godzilla engine. So here's 173. Now, as of the time of me recording this video, it has appeared on a few different routes and keeps disappearing though, so I'm not exactly sure what is going on with it. And as for 174, I do not have a picture of it, but I did see it at the dealer once, so I'm thinking that it might be on the other side of the district. So yeah, and one final change. Bus 119, a 2013 C2, was renumbered to 129 over the summer. Unfortunately, the driver who had 119 since it was new passed away over the summer, and it was renumbered in his memory. So there we go. That is question of the month. Just a little over 2.5 minutes.
Okay, thanks, Stephen. A lot of good information in there. I need to say first off, I'm sitting there watching this, and you get to the part right at the end where it's like, oh, they renumbered this bus to be this bus number. And I'm like, why would they do that? And then you're like, oh, they did it in his memory because he passed away. And I'm just like, great. Now I feel like an idiot. Right, a couple other things. Glad to see the newer style Vision getting out on the road. I've seen pictures here and there, mainly just sitting in like dealership parking lots or whatever, but I haven't seen too many pictures of them out on the road, so I'm glad to see that. And then right at the beginning of the video, as you were talking about all these buses breaking down, I was like, oh, it's gotta be a Bluebird. It's gotta be a Bluebird, maybe from First Student, and what do you know? It's a Bluebird. And then one more tiny little thing, it's just weird to keep hearing that A3s are being retired. I'm just getting old, I guess. But yeah, those were the video submissions. If you want to make my life a little bit easier, check the video description on how you can do that. And if not, then you can type out a comment so I can read it just like we are about to now. Let's get to those. Connor, bus driver 43, said, my district got 4 2021 EFXs, numbered 0821, 0921, 1221, and I don't know the other number. 8 and 9 replaced 2002 A3FEs, and 12 was just an open slot. Bus driver 71 said, this is going to be interesting. My district got 30 2022 gas Bluebird Visions. We got the plastic around the warning lights, the new grille, the Ford Godzilla 7.3 liter engine, so a typical 2022 Vision. But we did get it mixed up this year. We actually got black window frames with tints, so that looks nice, and I 100% agree that's how anything with tinted windows or black window posts should go. So, and we got 2 rub rails that wrap around the back instead of just one under the tail lights. We recently got rid of 48 buses, which consisted of sadly all 14 EC72s, all the full-size C2s, our last 3 full-sized FS65s, our last 2 2003 Bluebird 3800 Handies, and our full-size 2008 Visions. Probably nowhere said, I've just left the district, so I don't know if any purchases have been made yet. But the most recent that I'm aware of is that the district bought some 2022 All-American FEs, which replaced 3 09 and 10 A3 FEs and 2 2010 and 11 D3 FEs. To my knowledge, they had just put 3 buses out of service, 2 of the remaining D3s, both of which I would assume are around 2011 through 2012, and an older second-gen Handy Vision. The district uses a 12-year cycle. Only once I've seen them surpassing that, waiting until late 2019 to replace an 06. I don't know what the next purchases will be, but most likely more All-Americans. Out here we're on a 12-year replacement cycle too, so we still have a little bit until, there's some stuff replaced, but we still have some Genesises here. Mind you, they're not used for anything, but they're still there. Rockin' Randy said, we are back again. This one shouldn't be as long. Future Randy here, I lied. It's still long. You know what? Ridiculous. I'm kidding. Anyways, Cambridge did not get anything new this year, as the majority of the normal fleet now are up to at most 6 years old as of writing this. 2 or 3 buses that are 2015s and 15, which I forgot existed until 24 and 32, all of which are CEs. The remaining route buses, 12 in all, are all C2s with a year range starting in 2017, 33 through 36, which 36 is a long handy, then 2018, which is 37 through 40, and finally 2019, which is 41 through 44, with 44 being the short handy. But I guess bus 44 being a C2 done a common C2 thing and completely no, that's a Bluebird thing. Get it right. Stephen had it right earlier. As far as I know, it's back at the manufacturer being fixed. 31, which they believe is a 2013, and it's a long handy on a full-time route. It's a CE. The rest of the 13 CEs, 4, 11, and 13, and a 2010 CE, which has faded paint, can easily tell. Poor bus 3. Yes, poor bus 3. Sit ready to go as spares if needed. I guess the district did buy a Chrysler Pacifica minivan, probably to use for our 2 van routes for kids with special needs, which are both driven by Chrysler Town and Countries, but I don't know what it's really being used for, because it sits in the lot most of the time. But Cambridge is building a new bus garage. Hopefully Street View will update when it's done and I can show it off to you. Yes, whenever that is done, lots of lots, throw it in the video request form and I will take a look at it. Thug Shaker 445 said, my school district has the same buses, nothing new. Kentucky Railway Production said, this year we got 5 brand new ICs. These are 276, a 22 CE, 34 passenger, 227, a 22 CE 52 passenger, 278, a 22 CE 66 passenger, 279, a 22 RE 78 passenger, 280, a 2022 RE also 78 passenger, and he has been in every one of them except for 278. In addition, we got 6 used ICs from different counties, 508 and 05 CE from Pulaski County, 505, same deal, 501, same deal, 773 and 07 CE from Grayson County, 774 and 07 CE also from Grayson County, and 771, same deal. We have a dozen more good used ones, but those are the recent ones they got. Jeepin said, we got 3 2022 Bluebird Gas Vision 71 passengers this year, like usual since 2018, and they're nice. Some of our 2021s and 22s are replacing our T3s, but we aren't getting rid of the T3s, we're just putting them on different runs. IDIGO23 said, I'll admit, last month's answer was a little bit overboard. You think? I'm kidding, I don't care how long the answers are. It's fine. Don't worry. Anyways, our district hasn't gotten any new buses yet this year, but I suspect I will see some more Sci-Fair-like buses for our district. I imagine they're going to be the same specs too: blackout windows, strobing LED stop signs, dual Cummins AC LED dome lights, the perfect specs. And maybe if everyone is going Sci-Fair, because that seems to be what the Houston area is basing their specs off of, they're also going to go Aries. Probably not, but one can hope. I See the Bus Guy said, we got 2022 Bluebird Vision Kentucky specs new grill and the first one to have the silver grill. Spongy said, so far the latest things we got were two 2021 C2s. The new specs include dual stop signs, a 360-degree camera system, warning light visors, full LED including headlights and dome lights, and everything else is the same. Andrew King said, we're getting 2022 gas vision sometime between October and January. Our very first order of Bluebirds threw us off our regular order schedule because Bluebirds come in earlier than IC or Thomas. Bluebird 286 said, last year my district bought 4 2020 propane Visions, a couple of 21 CEs with rear lifts, and about 10 or more 21 propane CEs. Most of the new 2020 and 2021 buses are replacing the old crappy Max 47 CEs, and the 2021 buses have hydraulic brakes, hydraulic doors, and dual stop signs. And a couple of weeks ago, my district just bought 10 plus 2022 propane Visions that are replacing the Max 47s as well. Ryan, who is a transportation director in Ohio, said, 1 2022 CE and 3 2022 EFXs and a used 2012 EF. Ryan sent me a picture of that CE not too long ago, and let me just tell you, this is the most bus enthusiast spec bus that there is. Like I've said it once, I'll say it again. It is always great seeing a bus enthusiast as a transportation director speccing stuff out, because you get some really interesting combinations, and this is most certainly a very unique bus. Jimmy Hodge said, we are getting new Visions and All-American REs. Super Brown Sheep said, I'm pretty sure my district sold the last of the A3 REs. FTU, you will be missed. Yes, I agree that's too bad. CSX 8817 Production said, for the 2022 school year, my district right now are in a short range of school bus drivers due to the pandemic, so all the buses are either running 2 or 3 routes in one day. But on a good note, we got 1 Lion Electric bus waiting on 4 more, and also we're planning on getting our first gas-powered bus, but I'm not sure what bus, but I believe it's either a Gas Vision, because in Philadelphia, that's 3 school districts that have them, and I like them so far, but I want to be the oddball and get a Gas CE, and we are hiring bus drivers all over the city, and yes, I believe pretty much everywhere is. And last but not least, Zeke said, for the 2020-2021 school year, I was online for that school year, we got 3 2020 Visions to replace 03 3800s and an old 99 FS65 that we just got back on a regular route, which surprised me because we've only bought CEs ever since the second gens hit the market in 04, excluding 06 when we got first gen C2s. It's kind of funny because due to me this year being on one of the route of our new Visions, I actually ended my hate with Visions. They aren't that bad, but this might just be because it's very nicely spec'd. However, the gear ratios are really weird, and I don't like the gear setup compared to the 2017 CE that I used to ride. I still favor our first-gen C2s though, even though they might have the roughest ride on our fleet. All 3 Vision specs include tinted windows, LED everything excluding warning light and ambers, blacked out interior excluding roof, brown seats, gray grille, white roof, our very first white roofs ever since we bought 2 CEs back in 08. Alrighty, Bus93 posted this comment while I was editing this video, and it says, my county got 18 CEs and 4 Collins activity buses. Alright, so those are all the answers. Thank you to everyone who submitted either a video or a comment. Don't forget that you should do that on this video answering the question I'm about to ask, so that you can get your free shout out next month. Alright, and with that, this is a viewer submitted question from Project 127 who asked, what is the most common model in your fleet? So out here, CEs. It's as simple as that. And, I do got to say, we have a fairly wide variety of stuff. We have C2s, we have CEs, we have Visions, we have HDXs, we have ICRs, and we have T3Rs. We even have some columns. But the CEs are what we have a majority of, mainly because of the handy buses. As you can guess, all of the handy buses are shorty CEs with wheelchair lifts. And since we do have a lot of those, in addition to the regular sized CEs, those make up the most common model that we have in the fleet. The specs on all of them are pretty much just the same. Max Force 7, which, don't get me started. We have AC on all of them because Arizona. White roofs, incandescent, everything, single stop sign. So pretty bare to the bones spec'd bus, nothing too fancy about them. They're there, and yeah, there's a good amount of them. However, like I said, we do have a good variety of stuff, and as I said earlier, we're on a 12-year replacement cycle, so whenever those CEs go out, I think they're like 2013, so we still got a couple more years left on them. We will probably move to some Bluebird. I don't know whether that would be a Vision or a T3, but Arizona for the most part seems to be a Bluebird state. Even though you do see a good amount of everything, you see a lot of Bluebirds here. Alright, so simple as that. What is the most common bus in your fleet? Maybe give some specs, or if you are just all CEs or just all Visions or just all C2s, maybe talk historically. What else have you had maybe 20 years ago? What was the most common thing? So let me know either by writing a comment down below or by submitting a video, and information on how you can do that is in the video description. You can make my life a tad bit easier by doing that, but either way, make sure that you let me know so you can get your shout out in the next question of the month. So anyway, guys, that is going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Always do appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe right down here. It's a magical red button that says you are now subscribed to Safety Liner C2. Make sure you comment up here, down here, over here, or over here. I don't know where they put it down. I don't care where they put it. Make sure you also give this video a thumbs up, or I'm gonna throw my water at you because I can. Make sure you also share this video with a friend. Show it to your mom. Show it to your dad. Show it to a guy on a random street. I don't care. Don't let anything happen to you. So yeah, guys, that's gonna do it for this video, and thanks for watching.